Oh, hello. Sorry, I have a scratch on the back of my neck. And I'm like, how did this happen? What scratched me? Or I guess it's not on my neck, it's like at my nape. Right after my neck goes into like my back and shoulders. So weird. Why is that there? Anyway, hi. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We're in case 2, the Stolen Turnabout. One of my faves in the trilogy. One of my fave clients, Mr. Ron Delight, who may or may not, but he does have an alibi for the time of the theft, it seems. Maybe. I don't know, we gotta figure it out. But there's not been a killing yet. There's just been a theft. Kind of nice to be doing a case that isn't a murder for once, but it's an Ace Attorney game, so you know, they like to play with your expectations. This is not the last time that they will do that. Yeah. So, is there anything else I need to say? I don't think so. I think we can just get into it. Alright. Other than just, I'm tired? Okay. Other than we're so back. These men, okay, before we get into this, these bailiffs, their pants are so low cut. Do you see what I mean? Or maybe, okay, you know what? I think they probably just have like normal ass mid-rise jean, or like chino pants or whatever. I just wear high-rise all the time. I like the silhouette of high-rise. It makes my legs look super, super long, but it sucks everything in. It gives me more of a waist. I don't really have a good waist. Anyway.
Hey, Nick.
What is it? Is something wrong?
Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out this mask-to-mask glossy I bought.
Nice. You bought this? Oh, you bought this where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale.
His PR team is on it.
You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
It's true, we do know that. Come on! I'm guilty! Throw the book at me!
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did. But it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal! Me! Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome.
He's at it again.
I sent the calling card to Norley Taylor. I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally, when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic, but you... Yikes.
Yikes.
Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict. Please! Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour! Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like this. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Ron shenanigans. It's a day for the Ron Delight likers. Let's go. You see, actually the thief is me. Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say it? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck! To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is mask to mask or not. But there's only one thing I am sure of. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. You should trust your client, Phoenix. She's not your client. He is. Phoenix.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite gifts to use of all time. Oh god. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I forgot who the prosecutor is! Guys! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Adelaide! The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh my god, hi! Hey, oh my god! Why is this making me cry? Sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. I think it's just really nostalgic to see him. And this music, this is just a very nostalgic, this right here is very nostalgic for me. Sorry. Let me take a sip of a beverage. Oh my god. Wow, I didn't expect. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be fine. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to? What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? Are you ready to pass judgment? Well, no, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? This is so nostalgic. Wow. I am Godel, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case.
Ah, he's the one that Detective Abby was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far?
Huh. None.
What did you say?
I've never prosecuted a case before.
Never, but you said you've never lost before.
Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either.
Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you?
Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings.
Yes, but a mask and a court of law.
Dude, it's an aesthetic. That's honestly, the mask is the least problematic thing we've seen in the courtroom from a prosecutor. Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts. Got him.
This guy is the real deal, all right, Nick.
Sorry, I'm just so I'm not leaning over so much. My back is still a little fucked. Why does it seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet Mr. Phoenix Trite.
Nick, Is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who is this masked man? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
Well then, Prosecutor Gobo, I almost called him
Professor. It's not Gobo, it's Goro, Your Honor.
In any case, please give your opening statement.
Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even the dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. Well, what is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two.
Well then, let's hear from the first one. This guy just says shit, okay?
He really do be just saying shit. Hi, Gumshoe. My name is... No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening. Yes, sir.
Hi, Nim!
You missed me getting choked up over fucking new prosecutor. Just massive wave of nostalgia between the song and him being there. Oh, I don't know if the mic just picked that up, but that was my shoulder. Okay.
Alright, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn.
Yes, sir. Oh, we're just getting right into it, eh? Master Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. His song is really good, but it was actually the song that's like the court song that really got to me. I just like associate it with the end of this game. Yeah. It's fine. It did indeed pick it up. Oh no. That's so funny. Well, that's my body. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. Major joint popping gang, let's go. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. Well, that's a contradiction. That's why we're sure it was Mask to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. But the urn is worth nothing.
So then the actual identity of this Mask to Mask is... Mr. Goro, what are you?
Yeah!
We're in the middle of a trial here, Mr. Goro.
Who is the person tossing these? I'm so curious. Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well, it's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial. He's literally sliding the coffees.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you gonna do?
As long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask to Mask who stole the urn. Well, I think I know what to do already, but let's always... I love reading all the dialogue, so... Some poor unpaid intern, probably. Honestly, that's one of the better jobs you could have as an unpaid intern. Making coffee and sliding it to a weird dude. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Yep, nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true, I'm a Zvari, author on thieves.
Author? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority. The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal. It's easy when those fingers happen to be Butterfingers. let's talk. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh? You got it, pal. Except for maybe the thief's mom, that is. But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police? You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you?
Who is this person? Zvari. He sounds German.
His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him. What the heck? I guess he's not all that famous after all. Anyway, it's true that he did manage to receive the last item the thief stole.
Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be.
It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards? Of course I have, except the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atme stopped Ms. Andrews from taking it to the police.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm glad Maya said that because I had forgotten.
Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic?
Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public.
But you're absolutely certain that this card is real?
Gumshoe can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Mask to Mask's emblem. Atme also kind of knew what that was, so maybe it's not as secret as we thought it was. His fifth heist, and your fifth screw-up, huh? Objection, pal! That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time. He's got a point. You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this, Detective Gumshoe. I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. Got me? I'm so sorry, Gumshoe doesn't know about ACAB because he's the exception, but he doesn't know.
Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
Art pieces? Like what, for example? Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Emanon. I forgot to look up the fucking Arsene.
What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop?
No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Even if... Okay, the first Arsene book, I know he steals a blue diamond of some kind. It may not have had the name Tear to it, but this is familiar. I'm almost positive. No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bongora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the Left Hand of Hades, and then the Portrait of Magina, sir. Detective Atme retrieved the Portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum. And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces?
Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look like the type.
Do not judge a book by its cover, Maya. Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. You never fucking know, dude. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself.
Oh, I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
And so, since this robbery seems to fit all those conditions...
That's right. It means that Mask to Mask is behind it.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask to Mask who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mask to Mask.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself.
So even though we know it was Mask to Mask that did it...
Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask to Mask that did it. Well, I don't know where this is in my evidence, but I know at one point we learned... Yeah, okay. So it has no value. So it doesn't make sense for it to be him. Easy. EZ PZ. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe? Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal. Chapter 2 of Arsène versus... Yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Yeah, okay. I was like, I know... Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm not crazy! Guys, I'm not crazy! This case is Arsène v. Holmes. It's supposed to parallel that. I'm almost positive that that was the original intent. Because I know Takumi loves Holmes because of Great Ace Attorney. Thank you for confirming them. I appreciate it. I would have forgotten to look it up again tonight. But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godo, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, you know I love to look shit up. And I appreciate it. You're so good at it. Like, you're so fast. It was not the kind of item that Mask to Mask would normally go after. Or...
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask to Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godo?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godo number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got on my mind right now, Mr. Trite. What? What is this guy talking about? What is bro yapping about is really Godo and to a T. If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask to Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask to Mask's methods. A fake. A fake to Mask. That's really funny. I forgot that they did that.
Fake to Mask? That sounds so ridiculous. But I like it.
I wonder what the Japanese is of this. Ouch, 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 ouch. Sorry. I'm just moving my leg. But I'm old, so everything hurts. Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake.
Oh, I don't approve of Mr. Godo's behavior. His point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake to Mask. Alright. Sorry, that was me cracking my neck as well. Hopefully that didn't get picked up. That's also something too, but I don't know if we're ready to get into that. Wait a minute. His outfit's wrong. Okay, I think it's this. Yeah. The proof is right here. Proof's in the pudding, Your Honor.
This looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Huh. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on. Use this pointer and show us just what about this is so peculiar. Naked! He's naked. It's right here, of course.
You mean Master Mask?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at.
Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning?
Yeah, thank you, Maya. Ended up being super useful. The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
A breach. Here. Bailiff, get my steed. We need to
Wait a minute, you came in on a horse? Hold on, there are stables?
we need to retreat at once.
A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now.
But the Master Mask in the security camera photo. Ah, he has no brooch. That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But it's like the same as his mask, I guess. I don't know, hold on. I just want to see... Does he have a cape? Okay, no, it's just like... Not even... Okay, whatever. Yeah, already said that. Judge does LARP confirmed. Yeah, you know, maybe he was one of the first LARPers. Wouldn't that be crazy? That's fun. That's fun to imagine. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask to Mask is a fake. I've been fooled again! Ow.
Order. It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how? How could you have overlooked this?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know how. I don't know how. Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Godo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
Huh. The brooch you're talking about. Do you mean this?
Oh,
Oh, that's... Oh. That's... Mask to Mask's brooch.
where did you find it?
Fell off of him after I fucked him and his wife. Best threesome I've ever had. Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Ami-Fae statue.
Oh,
Wrong voice. Why didn't you tell me about that, sir? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy is one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left there. I love this guy. That's so... The timing of him saying that after I made that joke. He's so funny. And for what? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too.
hickeys.
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rhonda Light's fingerprints. The hickeys were somewhere else. He is so silly.
What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch.
High pressure bullet, yeah. You, it's fine. Order! Order in the cart, I can't. Mr. Goto, let's see that brooch. That was such a good, that was the game playing with me. You know, I'm playing in the space and the game encouraged it, so...
Mr. Godo, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix, we have a problem. You mess with Godo, and you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. At least it's a violin and not a fiddle. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. Huh? You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bring in the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? I don't want to do his voice, guys. I don't like this guy. Not me and Godo taking a sip at the same time. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
Oh, what's clear?
Zvari. The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that. Am I correct?
Oh, well, yes, that's right.
Huh. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil. Why do you have to say it like that? Be normal for like 5 seconds. You're making me laugh.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, do these two make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they'd tear each other's heads off. It's my favorite kind of pairing. I gotta be real.
I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then, tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
It's really interesting, Jonia, that now that you bring that up, like, his theme song is Ai dake hoshii. Like, I just want love. Which is so weird. This is Ace Attorney, the most normal character is Maya. Is she really the most normal character, though? I'd have to think about it.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask to Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used the emergency phone to notify the police.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal? I'm speaking with the same cadence as you now, because I got stuck in the voice. Sorry. I got distracted. I'm also
Pulling up my hair again. I'm trying not to pull back my hair too much, but it's such an awkward length right now. It's like too long to stay fitted over my shoulder, but too short. Or too short to stay fitted over my shoulder, but too long to not be an annoyance on like the back of my neck. It's useful if I'm outside, it like covers my neck from getting sunburnt, but you know.
My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great Master Mask, my arch-enemy. That is why my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I want to look at something. Do we know how old Godo is now? We don't. Oh yeah, but that's right. I forgot we met Larry last time, too. He's not really relevant in this case. Alas. Damn. Aw, this is my 3rd year as a young but skilled lawyer. It's really cute. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning of the 12th, correct?
That's an impressive deduction, sir lawyer.
You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time?
A penetrating question.
Can we stop using that word today, please? Something smells, but not as bad as it usually does. Just a bit.
I was in the basement warehouse near the computer.
Near the computer. Excuse me. Near the computer, huh?
So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it?
Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Haven't you also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before? Precisely! That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief.
Looks like the thief was the one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is.
In any case...
Dancingly descended? From where, exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. That's so real. That's so real. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It could only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes.
You call that camouflage, my bro? I hereby dub you Ace Dunce. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened? Hi, GT. Yeah, the magnifying eye also does not make me feel good. I don't like it. I'm not into eye stuff. It's actually a wonder, slight tangent, but it's actually a wonder that I enjoy the Somnium Files as much as I do. With the eye horror that occasionally pops up in that game, I feel that it's not as bad as some things, but there's a scene that a character digs out their eye, and they don't show all of it, but like they show him putting the eye down, and it's not even his real eye. I think it's a fake one, but I hate it. Hate that shit so much. Eye injuries, whew, I really hope that's nothing I ever have to see in my life. No thanks. Anyway.
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Goro, do you have a problem with the photo?
Nice rhyme. That was a good rhyme.
Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Attacked and knocked unconscious? And you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work.
Well, sir lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head?
Yes. Huh? Well, actually, yes. By a fire extinguisher. Yep.
And what happened?
I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory, too. You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you?
He does, because then he still defended his client in a trial and won. So...
The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with.
He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then...
30 minutes later, okay. About this 30 minutes.
My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
Did you meet Thanatos? Did you tell him hi for me? Tell him I'm sorry I haven't played his game in a little while. I'm just a little burnt out on it.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during those 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the aether.
Just what is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. I love everybody has an Elysium that they go to. There's Elysium, Disco Elysium, there's Hades 2, there's Xenoblade 2, or Hades. I don't know if Hades 2 has Elysium. Don't tell me if it does. I haven't played it yet. I'm getting so close to beating Persona 3 Reload, and then I will play it. I don't remember if I said this line. Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? The piece we just received from our dear friend over there. I think this is the statement, but let me look at that last one again. There was a struggle. Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours?
Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch-nemesis Mask de Mask. It is, in point of fact, Mask de Mask's brooch.
It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened.
Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough.
Yeah, see, he's got like the elementary, my dear Watson thing going on. But he's like a sham of a Sholmes. And then like the thief is more noble. So yeah, this is definitely an Arsene. Oh man, I need to read the rest of those books. I've read 3 of the 5 in my collection. They're fun. They're a lot more old man yaoi than I thought they would be. Also, happy Yaoi Day! Guys, I'm so sorry. It's August 1st. Happy Yaoi Day! Please read your favorite or watch your favorite yaoi. Nanny told me about this series called The Boyfriend that sounds really interesting. My friend Aiden is also watching it. It sounds interesting. I'll watch it at some point. Yeah, I read some Heaven Official's Blessing earlier. Like, we love to see it. Enjoy your yaoi. And it's appropriate that we would play Ace Attorney on Yaoi Day. It's also almost Yato Day. Like Noragami Yato, which is exciting. So, yeah, I'll have things to say on that day too. Never heard of Yaoi Day? Yeah. Well, now you know. Yuri Day was recent too. It was the 29th, I believe, of June. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. I should have put eye drops in before this. Oh well. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off of a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Aha!
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. Ugh. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. Everybody drop your favorite yaoi, by the way. I'd have to think about what my favorite is. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime.
I know. Wait just a moment, Sir Old-Timer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately.
The true measure of a man is in the amount of work that he does. That's what I always say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time. Isn't that right?
You talk too much. That's really funny.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed. I understand. I, Luke Atme, completely agree. Or agree completely. I misread that line. Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bang! And that's all she wrote.
That's my favorite yaoi, guys.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask to Mask?
Correct. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Oh, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. Your Honor. That's terrible. You know, honestly, one of my favorite yaoi has become Zagan fan, because they're like a pairing that I like so much that I'm like, I can't read anything about them, I realized. I can't read fic about them because I like them in canon so much that I don't want it to be ruined by bad writing. So why did you look away from the door anyway?
In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well.
But you know, if we're talking about like a yaoi, Cherry Magic, she's a classic, but Sarazanmai, if you know, you know. But Sarazanmai goes crazy.
The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer. Elegantly, of course.
So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer? What should I do? Should I ask some more questions? Let's ask about the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from. There are air conditioning ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well.
Does Lordly Taylor have a cat mascot? Then Zaga is your favorite canon pair too? Yeah, they're pretty fantastic. That's like super good writing. It's, okay, sorry, doing a tangent again. But you know what? It is August 1st, and it is Pride Month here in my city specifically. Our Pride is in August for some ungodly reason. In fact, I think our parade is on the 3rd. But anyway, I'm not going. I'm not going. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, it's sometimes like so hard to find yaoi that is written in a compelling way in canon, in Western media specifically, and I feel the same way about, honestly, like Yuri as well. Like female ships, it's so hard to find Western media that portrays a lesbian or like queer female relationship, like WLW category It's really hard to find good ones that are like genuinely compelling. Like, it's okay. Here's a take that no one asked for. She-Ra reboot. I think is a good cartoon, but it's for kids. You have to acknowledge that it's a kids' cartoon. And you have to acknowledge that fandom is wretched. And you have to acknowledge that She-Ra and Catra, or whatever her name is, how do I say? They are the least compelling part of that whole series. There are so many more interesting things happening in the She-Ra reboot. And that's my take on that. You can't change my mind. It's not that I hate either of those characters. I just think that they're not very compelling. But that's like what I mean, right? I appreciate the representation of queer characters in children's media a lot, but like, they're so uninteresting. And that's fine. Some people really like them, and that's totally fine. You can like them. That's very, very much allowed. Or you can dislike them, that's also allowed. Just be nice. Don't be mean.
I hooked up heat-detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them.
That's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours?
Lordly Taylor department store was kind enough to provide the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well.
In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh?
Has that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer?
Okay, I do... Hold on. Yeah. There was another thing I wanted to... Let's ask about the computer. So did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well?
Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me. Look at me.
In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data.
What's wrong, Sir Lawyer?
What does that mean? Discombobulated.
Young people these days, they really irritate me.
The judge is ageist as hell, what the fuck?
They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
I mean, yeah, words do have meaning. Sorry, but what exactly does it mean anyway?
Now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jeez. It's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony. What do you mean by weapon from the side?
Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, Look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the Shichishito.
So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness?
You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
But of course! In college, I was second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I fail to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask to Mask.
This guy is a real piece of work. Can you tell us a little more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Powericious?
I assumed the aptly fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? You were blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you?
I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of the woman.
The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing.
Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick?
Well, there's one thing I'm absolutely sure of now.
Yeah? What is it?
This Luke at me guy, he's definitely hiding something.
But why?
I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Okay. I do want to see the at me fighting style dialogue, just because I'm like, what are you talking about? What is this at me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you.
That's it? That's the at me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
His back was to the wall. I'm gonna say yeah. Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique, after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness. I'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony.
Well, he's wrong, but... where is this third eye you're talking about?
Oh, it's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened. You may call it the forehead if you like.
Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Because a lot of people know where the third eye is, Phoenix. That's a really easy one. That one, no, that one you don't get a pass on, Phoenix.
Sir Lawyer, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So Mr. Abney got hit on the forehead then?
That's what he says.
I got a funny feeling about that.
You'd think he'd have a mark. Actually, so do I. Okay, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright.
You are a liar.
Lies. Who tells lies. A liar who tells lies. I missed the opportunity to make him Russian. But I won't. I'll save it. Detective Atby, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards.
What fun this is, Sir Lawyer. It's truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here.
Thank you, Partial Bullet, you get me. So back off your rules, back off your job, cause I'm sick of not living to stay alive. I miss Crazy Taxi.
From behind, huh?
But just now, you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
It seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with the security.
Ugh. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong. To err is human, to forgive, divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Capcom is making a Crazy Taxi MMO? Shut the fuck up. Are you for real? Is that real? I thought that they were just making a re-release. It's an MMO? Cause I saw, okay, I think it was like Game Awards or some other time that they're doing a whole Dreamcast bundle of like remade games, like Jet Set Radio. I think Crazy Taxi was in there too. Yeah, same here. I thought it was also gonna be just That's awesome. If it's an MMO, that's awesome. I know, but you could make an MMO of that game, Joni. You could. So it's not impossible. I'll have to look it up later. That's exciting if it's an MMO. I mean, it's exciting regardless. I miss that game. I still have my Dreamcast, but, you know. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... With everyone crying... Yeah, it would be super chaotic. I'm kind of, obsessed with that. Where's my raid boss? Stop! That would be so funny. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atmey's true identity is actually Mask to Mask.
Yeah.
This pursuit theme is so good.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Large-scale online open-world massively multiplayer. That's so exciting! Partial Bullet, thank you for bringing that up. That's so exciting. Capcom, good luck with the servers on that one, baby. Because once the kids these days understand what Crazy Taxi is, they're gonna go nutso. Joni, I have news for you. The original Crazy Taxi, it was on the Dreamcast. That's how old it is. And I think I still have my copy. I don't know if I still have my copy. I know I have Jet Set Radio. I have Jet Grind Radio. I have Shenmue, I think. No, I don't have Shenmue. I have Grandia 2. I have something else. I have Sonic Adventure, but it doesn't work. It has a scratch now. Anyway. There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmey's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. Yeah, there were a lot of Dreamcast games that were then ported to the GameCube. I don't think it'll go well. It'll be Capcom's first MMO. Yeah, Partial Bullet, that's why I said good luck, sweetie, with the servers. Good luck, baby. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at her.
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are, in fact, Mask to Mask.
Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask to Mask. The security camera belongs to Lordley Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief.
Other players could mess with others' gameplay if they are going with traditional gameplay. That's, yeah.
Is this true, witness?
I hope that they also have an option that is for just single player.
Damask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atmey, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer.
Yeah, Yeah, I hope they have, because I would like to play the MMO as well, but I would also like to play the original.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the thief's identity... That's some thick fucking coffee. Goto blend number 102. My personal favorite.
Mr. Goto!
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. That's another arson. He would pretend to be a detective. This is, okay, yeah, this is just, this whole case is an arson reference. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Goto, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I
will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt. Mr. Trite, if this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim.
Okay, if you insist.
But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Arsène Lupin, I think is how you say his name correctly. The secret is that his coffee is mostly grounds. That's why it's so thick. Hi, Maddie. That is disgusting to think about. Or that he dumps his meds into it. It's like... makes the coffee thick for some reason. Coagulated. It's got like blood or shit in it. That's so gross.
This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly!
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick?
Atme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? Use this thick water. Lupin. Listen, I don't. I'm doing my best, I'm sorry. Lupin. I'm gonna say it like a white-ass American. Lupin. But can I really do it? I appreciate you trying to tell me, though. I'm just really, really bad at the sounds in French. They don't make sense. I think... Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. I was about to say we have the evidence, but we don't, because we have not found the urn. We don't know where the urn is, so it has yet to be found. He sweats off of his nose, yeah. I believe Phoenix stopped drinking coffee after he met. That's a really good headcanon. I like that a lot. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get after all. That's not what I mean, though. Ugh.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
Okay, well, you know what? They're going in a different direction than I was going. I was gonna say we don't have the proof because we haven't found the urn yet, so we should search his place. Doy.
So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness is lifted. Mr. Goto, if you have anything further to add, then... Oh, who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Miss Delight, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. She's awesome.
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well... Thank you. She was... You know, to be sharing brain cells with Desiree Delight is an honor. It's an honor.
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Oh, she serves so much cunt.
Order! 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 You, madam!
Waifu to the rescue, and that's how it goes.
Where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke at me. Oh, Desi, you're the best! Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are gonna have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Huh. Pathetic.
Mr. Godo, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Adme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct? I don't remember after last night. Just like, he was more interested in Ron. That would be so funny. Yes. What about it? Yes, we will take the stranger's account without question. It is fair. She does need to be cross-examined. Huh. How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. I can't stop looking at her ass. I feel like an old lecher. Whenever they show the back end, her ass is like highlighted. What am I supposed to do? I can't help it. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we've been witness to. You're wrong! I would never do such a thing! Miss Delight. Please, Nikki boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people! Caked up. Yeah. I'm looking so respectfully. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. I can prove where the urn was. By the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come now! Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn.
Sal, I'm only in the truly woman.
After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place.
That's also me. That's also me when I was young and I didn't understand about gay people yet. Why must Godo speak so cryptically? I don't know, but it makes him so charming. He's so stupid and so smart at the same time. He's so weird. I like know why he is that way, but it's still just like, you're so weird.
In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you gonna do now?
I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Me. Mwah. Boku desu.
So what is this fuss? All this fuss about fingerprints, anyway?
Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there?
Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
Well, hello there.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time. But I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. This case is so horny. This game is so horny. This is the horniest game yet.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put on there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. He polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday, at the Atme Detective Agency. Huh. This blend. Godot blend number 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. I find the trilogy to be in the gutter. Yeah. It's pretty horny.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait. Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down.
I hate the sprite. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake. You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask Damask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Can we take him away, please? I don't like him. He creeps me out a little bit.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Adme's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely. Let me try that again. I'm new here, sorry. He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. I'm gonna replace my FNAF mom to replace Bonnie's face with that sprite. That's awful. He is definitely scarier than Bonnie or Chica or Freddy. Or Foxy, for that matter. Actually, I think Bonnie's probably the scariest one of the original game for me. The thief! The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty! Please!
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Well, I know what kind of kangaroo court this is. The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judgment. What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Godo, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes! Yes, sir! If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are mask to mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir! I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Oh, Godo, your bisexual swagger goes crazy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that! I won't fail, I swear! Okay then, talk. We're all listening.
Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Hello, darling. The truth is, I've been mask to mask all along! I mean, you can't prove that I'm actually not mask to mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see me right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and it got torn off, that's all.
I don't like the direction this trial is taken.
But this is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway. Plot twist, there are 2 mask to mask. 2? Huh. You're doing great. If you only had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you wanted, would you take it? Dude, are you asking me in real life? Are you asking me in real life, or are you making a joke about whatever the fuck they've got going on between the two of them? Stop it, Mr. Godo. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. Ron would unfortunately be a prison bitch, yeah. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true mask to mask. But I think everyone would genuinely really like him. Like, he's so cute that they'd be like, I can't not fuck him. It's a song. Oh. Going off of what he said. Okay. Is it a Hamilton reference? What's it? It sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know. I haven't seen Hamilton. Thanks so much, Mr. Godo. I'll do my best.
All right, Mr. Hyde, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
Your Honor, do you see what's going on between these two? What am I to do? You may think you're the real mask to mask, but your wife thinks you're delusional. I haven't told Desi yet. About my true identity, I mean. Believe me, I've got my reasons. Eminem. Okay. But the way your room is decked out, how could she not know about it?
Even thieves have complicated family situations, I suppose.
What should I do? It sounds like we're about to get sidetracked. Again. Sure. So why are you withholding the truth from your wife? Well, first of all, I don't think she believed me anyway. And second, if there's one thing that Desi absolutely detests, it's criminals.
If that's the case, then why did you ever start thieving to begin with?
Well, Desi is crazy about shopping. She's a real shopaholic. Eminem, yes. Okay. Alright. But she's the love of my life, Your Honor. I guess you could say I'm a Desiaholic.
So, you do have a complicated family situation after all.
Alright, that's enough. Please continue with your testimony. I beg of you. He's like, don't remind me that I'm still single and I'm in a situationship with my former best friend from elementary school. And he's in Europe and I'm not. I thought you were going to be the one to show us the proof. You know, that you're the real Mask to Mask and not just some kind of obsessed fanboy. Hey now, that's not fair. Why do I have to do all the hard work anyway? Maybe because you're the one making the outrageous claim, for a change.
Come on, Nick. You know that Mr. Delight couldn't have committed the crime. You're the one with the fancy law degree. It's time to put it to work already.
I need some kind of proof that Ron couldn't possibly be Mask to Mask.
Well, I guess if you had that kind of proof, we wouldn't still be here, would we?
For the time being, maybe I need to shift strategy. I should try to show that Mr. Delight couldn't have stolen the urn. Anyway, He totally loves me. You've got no alibi?
I've been a judge for a long time, and this is the first time I've ever heard a defendant brag about having no alibi.
But I tell you, I was in Lordly Taylor that night. No. That's too vague, even for me. To be more precise, I was down in the basement warehouse. Hold on.
What is it, Nick?
Where was Ron Delight when the crime happened anyway? If we can prove that he had an alibi after all, this case will be a piece of cake.
Well, you're right, but...
You think you can prove that? Wake up and smell the coffee. Well, I think maybe I can.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that shows the defendant has an alibi?
I think I do. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure it is... this. I have the evidence. Or do you still think I'm some sort of third-rate rookie?
Oh, I've never seen you this angry before.
I'm not surprised. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. Anger is the last refuge of the pathetic. That's a really good line. It's not true, but it's a good line. I thought I was more confident than angry.
Well then, let's see this evidence already. Show this to the court. Show to this court evidence that proves where your client was on the night of the crime.
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you'd lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 o'clock a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was, in fact, at KB Security that night. No! He's so... He's got like a snatched waist and everything. Damn. Now that's a twink. Happy owie day. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. How many wallets has Phoenix found? Not as many as you'd think he would have. No! Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes just to get there by car. According to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot! Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO office. No! Maybe the judge has a bad experience with the coffee shits. You know? We all know them. We all know the coffee shits, right? That was a pretty good try, Mr. Trite. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
Stupid kid. He's 3 years younger than you, Phoenix. He's just like me, for real. I do that too. A person will be 3 years younger than me. They're still in their 20s, and I'm like, oh my god, you're a baby. The 21 and 22 year olds that I work with, though, they are baby.
The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
It's probably this, right? I don't remember what this said. If you don't want your true identity to be real, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the date matches. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
Ah, that's... What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail? Yes. Basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, all right.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself, in KB Security's CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime. Phoenix has proof of his client being somewhere else. Why does he need to prove a motive to being somewhere else? Godo's grasping at the straws, and he's very charming, so the judge is going to listen to him, I think. Ugh. No! Speaking of someone who's gonna have the coffee shits.
Order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godo blend number 107 impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that. Godo keeps rolling nat 20s for charisma. Yeah. I don't think Godo will choke. I think he's too powerful to choke. Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down that CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night. I think it's Larry. I think Larry's gonna save us here, because he was working on the night of the crime, and he picked up the wallet, so he would be able to give us the record, right? Cool. Larry's saving the day again.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Phoenix is rolling 20 in intelligence.
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. Oh. The question at hand is this key card. Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data.
Well, Mr. Godo,
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
so what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. Yeah. Sorry, I'm adjusting my sitting position. What a shock.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as mask to mask in this photo.
It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Rhonda Light was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be mask to mask.
Good job! You did it, Nick!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor? You did say that already.
I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Rhonda Light.
Hot. Milky, we did it. Woo! Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him.
Court is now adjourned.
Do you know what I mean?
Nick! You did it! You were right after all! By the way, where's Pearls? Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy! Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing. There you are.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick!
Oh, Pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself!
My headcanon is that Maya never explains it to Pearl that, like, they're not a thing, because because she thinks it's funny every time Pearl beats up Phoenix. She's like, yeah. She's like, I want to do that, but I have too much stake in the company, so Pearl does it for me because she can get away with it. Ouch! She slapped me.
Pearly? This woman is Ms. Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick!
Maya's blushing too, yeah. The way she's like, Pearly, this might be my new girlfriend. Yes? We all blushing.
You're even worse than I thought, going behind the back of your own client.
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
She doesn't know about polyamory or open relationships. Oh no. Ow, a double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
Maya, you did that on purpose.
We got the secret urn back, and the thief has been caught.
You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here.
But actually, it was you, Ms. Delight, that brought us our urn back.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I wish there was, like, some way to make it up to you.
Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Ugh, but I am the thief. Actually, what's the point? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is, I'm only into 2D girls. Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Goto, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security?
Wait. Body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th. You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Helped me out. What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbrued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security? Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way.
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No! That's a lie! It can't be true! But I am a thief, I tell you!
Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time, you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible!
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? She's like, are you cheating again?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the hell is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight.
Nick, how could this be happening?
Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. Goto, you and your music! Stop being so cool! Yeah, for real. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me.
Yeah, Ronnie!
Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. She hasn't learned about bisexuality yet, Partial Bullet. What the heck's gonna happen next?
What the heck is going on around here?
I love this case. That's such a fun little twist. You're like, oh, we're doing a more, like, chill case this time. Nope. 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 No, 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 no. Fun, fun, fun. I love this case. I feel like every case in this game, except the third one, really goes against your expectations in some way or another. The first case being the fact that Phoenix is the defendant, and the intrigue about how Mia knows Dahlia, which we still don't know. And then this case, like, oh, it's just a thief. Nope, it's a murder. And then the fourth and fifth case also have that kind of vibe where it's like you really don't know what to expect. It's really good. Very, very good writing. This is a solid finale game to this trilogy. But that's all for now. I know I keep bringing this up. This doesn't matter for the VOD watchers, but there is a chance I will have to change up my schedule. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So in the fall, through August, this same schedule is going to vibe. Through August. When fall hits, I'm unsure as to exactly what my schedule will be like. But it's possible that I may have to move to nighttime streams
And when I say nighttime for Ace Attorney, it's probably gonna be like 7. My time, which I know is really late for East Coast people. I'm very sorry. It's just because of the way working at a childcare center works. The time that I need to be at work is when the kids are out of school, but the parents are still at work. And so it's like the middle of the day, right? And not every day I will be working like that, but a lot of days I will be. And so I may have to change things up in that regard. But we'll see. Thursday might be able to stay the same. It might just be one day that gets turned to a stream night. And then Okami will remain. Okami won't be touched. My weekends remain the same. So, that is what it is. I really don't want to have to move back to Sunday streams because I like having Sunday to do like whatever I want. But we'll see. There will be events up. There's always events up. So just look at the dates for those. And then if I can, I'll make a community post when I know my schedule a little bit more solidly. Right now, my boss is collecting everybody's hours and like creating the master like list of people's availability for the fall. So yeah. Yep. So on that note, Phoenix really did betray his client. He should have listened. That's what I was saying at the beginning. He should have, maybe you weren't here. Always believe in your client. Don't believe in the client's wife. Believe in your client. So, he should have listened. But it is what it is. Anyway, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. It's warm out there. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. Yeah. Happy Yowie Day.